I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way.
Are you just going to quote Whitney Houston?
Who's Whitney Houston? However, all kids in video games seem to be really annoying little brats who don't know to respect their elders, damn it! Whether they're complaining non-stop or just being generally irritating, these younglings don't appreciate how hard it is being an adult hero, okay? Leave us alone! Here are just some of the children in video games that make us glad we don't have to babysit anymore. Beware spoilers for the following.
What are you doing that for? What are you looking at? I'm not afraid of you, you know, even if you are my elder.
Kids in Skyrim, they say the darndest things.
You're the best. Can you be my mother?
Wow, that got real. And that's just one example of what adventurers travelling to the town of Whiterun in Skyrim can expect from the local ankle-biters, who, despite living in an icy, war-torn dragon palooza, are for the most part remarkably helpful and well-mannered, like Mila here.
I work with my mother, sell fruits and vegetables. It's fun most days, but hard work.
Yeah, well, so is running a YouTube channel, Mila, but you don't hear me complaining. I mean, except about the catering.
Your Skittles, Mr. Westaway.
Is this a f***ing joke? I said sour Skittles! Anyway, we say for the most part because spend a little time mooching around the cobbled pathways of Whiterun and you'll quickly learn that all is not well in the kids' world. Especially if you're poor Lars Battleborn, who spends his days under the thumb of a ruthless and cruel bully.
10 septims tomorrow, baby Battleborn, or I'm gonna bloody your nose and your lip.
No, please! I really don't have any money, Braith. I'll give you 10 septims tomorrow. Just don't hit me.
Meet Braith, an unruly child who gets her kicks tormenting Lars and mouthing off to heavily armoured strangers she meets in the street.
Boys, girls, dogs, elders, there's nobody I won't fight.
Braith's reign of terror has Lars living in fear and imploring you, the Dragonborn, to intervene and help him out.
It's no fun getting pushed around all the time.
Which we'll happily do because things are clearly bad for poor Lars. I mean, he's barely touched his sweet roll. You're probably too stressed to eat that anyway, Lars. Why don't we take it off your hands? You're welcome, Braith. Happy to help. And so it's up to you to be the responsible adult and have a word with Braith about her behaviour.
Stupid Lars, Battleborn. I fight him almost every day. But it's not much of a fight, because he don't fight back.
To give Braith her due though, when you confront her, she agrees to stop picking on Lars in a chat that reveals an unusual motive behind the bullying.
Okay, I'll leave him alone. I was just kidding around. Besides, if he'd only kiss me, I wouldn't have to beat him up all the time.
Come on, Braith, that's not how you win friends. Although what chance did Braith or any of the Whiterun kids ever have of learning normal social cues when they're growing up in a land as savage and bizarre as Skyrim? No, Braith, stop poking that dead cultist. Okay, the grown-ups should probably have tidied that up. That's on us.
All my friends have better toys than me, and they get better food too.
All children have heroes, and none are quite so heroic as the heroes of Albion in the Fable series. But imagine if that hero was your mum or dad. In Fable 2, you could have or adopt a kid. They could be pretty cute, but they would give you a real hard time if you didn't visit them enough.
Hello? Do you remember me?
We're going to need a
Your
ring
son.
to make this official.
I missed you. Where did you go this time?
And there was every chance they'd run off on their own adventure and you'd have to rescue them.
You've come to rescue me! I'm sorry I ran away. Are you mad at me?
I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. Furiously disappointed. However, to avoid the judgy kid you left behind to go off adventuring, you can instead just go get praise from other kids of Albion. Smart kids who know a good hero when they see one. As you run around towns and villages, kids who hear of your brave deeds run up to you and tell you how cool they think you are. Adorable and justified. However, become too famous and nearly every single kid you encounter comes running up to you asking for an autograph.
I collect autographs from great heroes like you. Can I have yours? I love your autograph. Oh, please, great hero.
Hello.
Be my good
I'm a
son.
little princess. Can I please have your autograph?
Brilliant.
This is cute at first, but incredibly, autographs cost you 5 gold a time to hand out. And if you run out of cards or don't immediately stop to sign one for them, these privileged punks are super arsey about it.
Fine. Be like that.
Look kid, this is coming out of my pocket. These 8x10 glossy headshots don't come cheap, you know. Plus, they're relentless, following you around town even when you try to hide, forcing you to resort to extreme measures when you want to be left alone.
Hey?
Bit of free advice, don't try that in real life. Perfectly fine day at the Science Museum, ruined.
We all locked ourselves in the bathroom as a kid, and even once or twice as an adult. Hell, that's why Luke was late in this morning.
You said you wouldn't tell.
But one machine child in Near Automata, frankly, takes things too far. In one of their visits to Pascal's village of peaceful machines, heroes 9S and 2B come across an annoyed mother whose son has locked himself in and her out of their house with a very advanced lock. Turns out this kid's problem is that now he's lost his link to the machine network, he doesn't understand other machines as well as he used to, and that scares the hell out of him. Instead of learning to navigate the complexities of social interaction, he'd rather lock himself away somewhere cozy. Kind of like when you decide you can't be asked to go to your friend's stupid birthday party, so you stay in and watch Netflix instead.
You said you were sick.
Yeah, sick of your stupid birthday parties.
Oh.
But this kid takes pillow forts to a whole new level, locking himself in a second and even a third time with increasingly challenging locks. Look kid, you gotta learn how to process your feelings. Ha, robot joke.
Boo!
The third time his mother sheepishly asks for your help though, the kid seems to be enjoying this a bit too much, and the lock has far more aggressive protections in place. Once you hack your way in though, he seems pretty happy about it. He even has a new goal in life. Yeah, that's a bit extreme. Look, I get the appeal of staying in, but I don't even think there are enough movies to cover a quintillion years. The Lord of the Rings extended editions only feel that long.
There's actually a lot of Saruman detail that you miss if
This is why no one wants to come to your birthday parties.
No grown-up wants kids to think they're lame, which is why I never go anywhere without this. Yeah, I'm hip to the game. But even a happening cat like myself would struggle to impress Cody Hackins, an insufferable little oik encountered by besuited adult Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney in his first legal adventure. Cody is a superfan of the Steel Samurai TV action hero and snuck onto the studio grounds in order to see his idol in action, on the same day that the actor who plays the samurai is accused of murder. This makes Cody a key witness, but being an entitled little lame brain, he's initially unwilling to give the full story to Phoenix, who doesn't have the fly lingo to relate to a kid like Cody. Lamer? What a little jerk! I know he witnessed a brutal murder, but is that any excuse for talking back? Oh, it is. Oh, right. The way to get Cody to talk is by swapping him a rare Steel Samurai trading card, but bad luck for Phoenix, the only card he's got is one Cody already owns, and he's not going for that because as well as being annoying, he's also annoyingly smart. Don't worry though, you get him back in court the next day, when his inferior child's brain is demolished by the logical might of your years of legal training, and he goes to pieces on the stand. Oof, I'd say we feel bad, but I know that when kids say bad, they really mean good.
Not for about 30 years, they don't.
Oh, really? Then how come when I showed my nephew this hat, he said it looked very bad indeed?
Huh? You could see me. You're putting on quite a show, little magician. Oh, you like that, huh? Wait till you see the climax. Silly girl.
Bayonetta is a much beloved character, sure, but she's not, how would you say it, suitable for children. Yet she always seems to wind up on babysitting duty, like how in the first game she had to take care of Cereza, who turned out to be a younger version of Bayonetta herself, giving us a unique look at how Bayonetta's limbs used to have normal human dimensions.
You've played enough hide and seek, my scurrying little friend. Just a child? What are you doing running around Vigrid? You're certainly not dressed in your Sunday best.
However, the next kid in the series was much less cute. On your journey to rescue Bayo's mate Jean from hell, you bump into Loki, who unfortunately isn't the Marvel Cinematic Universe Loki we all love to hate, but a small annoying child we just regular hate, with a bad British accent.
Stay out of my way or I'll make sure you never get in it again.
Yeah, my British ears! No! Oh my! Unfortunately, however much you scream no during the cutscene, Bayonetta agrees to team up with this tiny idiot in need of an accent coach. And thus starts a journey where you get pummeled by angels while he's just putting up shields and doing backflips. Not to mention being incredibly impatient when we have collectibles to gather.
Stop sitting around.
Excuse me, but I'm not sitting around. I'm looking for resources to help me in the next fight because you're sure as hell not going to. On the plus side, Loki can transform into a squirrel, which Bayonetta makes the most of, hiding him from angels and sparing us from his faux cockney prattling.
More tricks, little magician. Maybe you've got more to offer than I expected. For the time being, though, stay here and don't get frisky.
But on the other hand, we later learn Loki has an evil twin, who's even worse than he is, somehow.
Oh, so sorry, love. Kinda missed a bit there.
I hate them both so much.
It's nice to meet you, too. Did you come from the vault? I heard there's monsters down there. Eclair told me once, one of them, they got him and bit him right in the face, and that's why he's only got one eye. But you don't look like a monster, and I don't think you'd bite anyone in the face. You look like a nice vault dweller.
Kids, you probably think you can manage just fine without grown-ups, but let me ask you this. Can you change a tyre? Can you bleed a radiator? If so, could you tell me how? Because my house is freezing. Indeed, Fallout 3 presents us with a gang of children who are coping upsettingly well without any adult supervision. The residents of Little Lamplight, an underground town populated exclusively by kids, and foul-mouthed ones at that.
Hold it right there, mister. Don't take another step or we'll blow your head off.
In the fiction of the game, Little Lamplight was founded when a field trip to Lamplight Caverns was interrupted by the, well, nuclear apocalypse. The kids decided to stick around and govern themselves, and it seems to be going annoyingly well, especially considering that the surface world is still an irradiated hellscape populated by unpredictable and often violent adults. Or mungos, as the Little Lamplighters call them.
Guess you better find some other way, Mungo.
In fact, Little Lamplight offers several improvements over adult society. For example, the two roles of law enforcement and entertainer have been efficiently merged, as proved by Knock Knock, a joke-loving keeper of the peace.
A bit of fun trouble is always good for morale. Morale's better than less al, see?
Trade negotiations are honest and upfront.
Wanna buy my Wazer Wifle? 500 caps, and it's all yours.
And if you've got the Child at Heart perk, basically anything can be yours in exchange for a healthy dose of playground sass, including access to the town in the first place.
You must like having such a good-looking butt. You're pretty funny for a Mungo. Why don't you come on in?
nice. And yet when I tell airport security they look like a butt, suddenly it's all lie down on the ground and cuff him, Stephen. Being an adult sucks. Yet there is a darker side to the Lamplight society. When you stop being a kid, suddenly it all gets real nasty and you're booted out of town, which is why Mayor McCready is no longer living in a cave by the time he appears in Fallout 4.
Lived underground in a place called Little Lamplight with a bunch of other kids. Left there when I was around 16.
And it's what's happening to Lamplight kid Sticky here in Fallout 3 on his birthday.
You're a Mungo now. You gotta leave.
Maybe I can stay just a little longer?
Bye, Sticky.
And as you might expect, growing up among children underground doesn't exactly prepare you for a life in the brutal radioactive wasteland.
There's no reason to waste your time with the kiddies at Little Lamplight. They'll steal your caps when you aren't looking. So let's go to Big Town. I can show you the way.
Sticky is not in Fallout 4. We can only assume he died, and it had something to do with that hat.
So when you're done with those little kids, we can go to Big Town together. I'll wait outside for you.
Glossies, I said 8 by 10, not 8,010. What kind of operation are you running over there at Fensler Logistics? I mean, oh, hi. Sorry, don't mind me. Thanks for watching. Yes, children are annoying, aren't they? I mean, we love them, but for some reason the ones in games are just like, what are you doing? It's really annoying. But what are you doing? You should be watching another video of ours. Some songs by villains from games that we really like. For some reason, we really like villains more than children. And then over on Outside Xbox, there's also some innocent bystanders who had their days ruined. But if you would like to watch way more stuff from us in future, click that subscribe orb. It is wonderful and great. And thanks for watching. Bye.